I had myself of, do twin flames even exist? And they really go back to soulmates. So if you've read Soulmates in the Quran Prophetic Tradition, you may recognize a bit of that in this article. I highly recommend that you check that out first, just to establish what the basis is for that in Islam, right? That you know it's not just something that is made up, but it's actually very grounded in the Quran and Prophetic Tradition. So here we're gonna just touch on what are twin flames, the likelihood of marrying your twin flame, and signs that you've already met them, right? So many of us have already met them, and if we haven't, there are ways that we can prepare for that. It is a very intense life experience that is really undeniable. The chemistry of them, the similar life missions that twin flames share, is just out of this world. So we started with a hadith. I don't want to get too into it, but it featured the 3 times divorced Fatima bint Qais. She had the predicament of many, where she saw parts of herself where she had yet to develop in suitors, but then she attracted Abu Jam, who was an abuser when she had dependency issues, and that's a common trauma bond pattern. She also attracted Muawiyah, who was to become the founder of one of the greatest empires, but he hadn't reached the pinnacle of his development, just like her. They were still developing. So what happened was the Prophet, God bless his soul and grant him peace, had told her not who to marry, simply that she was to, he just told her about them. He said, you know, Abu Jam is harsh with women, Muawiyah, he doesn't have wealth. So he stated the facts, and then she put her trust in Allah, and Allah revealed her true husband, who, the true man she was meant to marry, which was Usama bin Zayd. Okay, so she attracted these people, and it was through knowing what she didn't want that she learned what she did. So a lot of times twin flames are only there for that purpose, to further define who it is we are as people, and to fine-tune that and also prepare us for our true life partner. So for better or for worse, it's worth noting that, again, though love unfolded for itself, you know, Fatima acknowledged the blessing source, Allah, in the end, which is the most crucial thing if you don't take anything else away, to remember to always go back to Allah, attribute blessings to Allah. But that is the hadith that this topic is based on. And we also think about odds of marriage to them. It's very rare because, like an out-of-control fire, they can make havoc on more than the 2 of them if they get too close, okay? The Prophet, God rest his soul and grant him peace, taught us that al-mar'u ma'a man ahabba, which is a person will be with the one they love, okay? They will be, and they are with the one that they love. In Arabic, there's no difference between present and future tense. And so the difference between twin flames and the other categories of soul contracts is that they're not usually meant to be together, okay? For those that are life partners and twin flames, you know, they do procreate, and they always have a broader shared purpose, okay? But the point is to just affirm that we need to release the need to control our partner. We don't worry about their destinations. And the thing about twin flames that makes them so destructive is that they are so passionate, and they can either be too independent or too dependent on one another, versus having that balance that is required for something long-term, something sustainable, commitment, life partnership, right? So, but it's like a mirror. Twin flames, they see those commonalities, but they also see areas where they want to grow and improve in one another, through one another. And they show us our potential, our blind spots. You just feel a lot of strong responses to them. And so you may already feel like, hey, I may have already met my twin flame. And there are signs for that. You have a love-hate relationship. You are contributing to the public already. That's a huge one. That you are growing personally. That you have synchronicities, or times when you maybe finish your one another's sentences. And you've prepared. That is huge. I recommend looking at Soul Care, the article on Soul Care, as well as How to Love Your Own Soul, because the basis of those is keeping God first. When that is a priority in your life, that is a huge sign that you are prepared, or you're on the road to being prepared. So they will meet and they will sometimes balance one another's qualities, such as Jalal or Jamal. One is too rigorous, one is too beautiful. And the Prophet, God bless his soul, grant him peace, was a perfect balance of both. But they will often meet and help one another to get closer to the character of the Prophet. Another thing you want to do is you want to court yourself. So when you court yourself, then, so this is something practical to be able to spot. When you court yourself and you've really gotten into that and gotten into you and really learned yourself, then you will save yourself and learn what's best for you. You won't be confined by culture. That's when they appear. 2, you will ask the right questions. You have to ask the right questions to be able to spot them. So when you ask questions like, what are my limiting beliefs? What emotional baggage am I letting go of? That is where your twin flame lies. It's in those questions. Okay. Literally, they're not a figment of your imagination. That doesn't mean they're in your head, but it just means that you're distracting yourself enough to allow yourself to not care as much when they are attracted to you, right? And last but not least, you're developing your posture in relationships. The further back you step, the better they look. So our lives may mirror in obvious ways, like family dynamics, life experiences, etc. We have to refrain from projecting our own perspectives, which is to say we don't base our interpretations on the past, or our future, but just be grounded in the moment. Trust that Allah will unfold what you need to know about any situation. And again, this will help you to resonate so that you can potentially procreate or even have a broader and shared purpose. The Hadith could see the Holy Prophetic saying tells us the one who knows himself knows their Lord Sustainer. So bearing that in mind, moving forward,